Hello guys and welcome back to Lead Logics. Today we'll be going to discuss the daily LeetCode challenge solution. Today's LeetCode challenge problem is number of good pairs 1, 5, 1, 2. So the problem is to count the number of good pairs in the given array. A good pair is defined as the pair of indices such that pair of indices ij where nums of I equal to nums of j and I is smaller than j. That means the j comes after I and the value of uh, the value at the index I and j should be equal and j should come after. To solve this problem efficiently, we can use a counting approach. We count the occurrences of each number in the array, then calculate the number of good pairs for each count. Finally, we sum up the count of all the good pairs for the number to get the total number of good pairs. Like you can see. Now let's come to the code. I'll write the code for you and then explain you. So first we'll define a variable to store the answer. This will store the final answer. Then we'll define a count array of 1017. That means it will store a count of all the elements that are present in the array. Or we'll iterate if the nums and count of I the n plus plus. Now we have calculated all the frequency of the elements coming in the array. Now we have to calculate the number of good pairs. Now for this we will iterate through the count array which contains the frequency, and suppose you have an element with 4 frequency is 4. So the number of good pairs that can be generated from the frequency is n into n minus 1 by 2. For example, for 4 you can see 4 into 3 by 2, that is 4 into 3 is 12 and by 2 is 6. Similarly, you can see here for 1, 2, 3, we have 3 ones. So for this it will be 3 into 2 by 2, that will be 3, plus 2 into 1 by 2, that is 1. So these are my answers. 4. Now let's calculate it. N into n minus 1 by 2. Simply return the answer. Let's check. Seems fine. Let us submit. Accepted. So this was my solution. Let me just explain you once what the solution is again. So we have initialized the final variable to store the answer of the number of good pairs. Then next we have created an count of size 101, since the constraint specifies that the nums of I can be between 1 to 100, and this array will be used to count the occurrences of each number and initialize all the we have like Java initializes all the elements of count to 0, so the default value is 0. Now we will iterate through the nums array, and for each number n at index I we increment the count of n by 1 to count the number of occurrences of n. In the next loop, after counting the occurrences, we iterate through the count array. For each n, we calculate the number of good pairs using the formula n into n minus 1 by 2. This formula represents the number of good pairs n can be found with n occurrences. Now we add the count of good pairs for each number to the answer variable and then simply return the answer variable. Now coming to the time complexity, the first loop takes n and the second loop takes a constant steps of 100. So the time complexity for this program will be O of n. And if you talk about the space complexity of O of 1, it is because the count array which we are using is of constant size. It is the size is fixed on 101. So that's why the space complexity is O of 1. So this was my solution for today's question. Thank you for watching the video. Please like it and share it, subscribe it. Thank you for watching the video.